Hello, I'm Double and welcome to another Combat Mission After Action Report for Final Blitzkrieg. This is battle number 4 in the Kampfgruppe Peiper campaign, and this scenario is called Storm on Stoumont. I've already made several operational command decisions that have brought us to this point. Please check out the other 3 battle videos. I'll put the links below so you can get a wider understanding of this battle. It's 13:45 hours on the 18th of December, and the group has been active and pushing west for over 36 hours. Yesterday early evening we took Stavelot and the bridge over the river. Today we're pushing further west and have to take Stoumont in order to continue the campaign. If we fail, the campaign ends. Intel on the Americans defending the town is sparse. It's estimated a battalion of infantry, so that's approximately 3 companies or 9 platoons. There's 80 guns, tanks, but I've no idea on count. I also assume they'll have mortar or arty support if there's a battalion fielded. My order of battle is listed on the map. It's roughly battalion strength of infantry, a company of Panthers and a platoon of Panzer IVs. I have on and off map arty support, but this carries over to subsequent missions, so I'm recommended to manage its use. It's a big battle. I was a little wary that this would become a bit of a chore, as some other large battles I've had, but I have to say I really enjoyed this one. The terrain is varied, with concealment, elevation change, and various constraints. The AI defence is also well thought out. I have 2 hours to achieve my objective of securing the town. My forces arrive piecemeal over 40 minutes, and it's implied I should prioritise the high ground, which I've highlighted. So my plan, it's fairly general at this point. I shall go for the high ground that I've identified as Hill North. This will be assigned to Panzer Platoon 2 of the 2nd Panzer Company, and 3 platoon of the 9th Pioneer Company that are riding those Panthers. Subsequent forces will probe up the main road and along the assault line in the centre. I'm looking for weak spots in the American defence. Because of the lay of the land, Stoumont is in defilade, giving the Americans a reverse slope defensive position. The left flank advance may provide the most concealed approach. However, because of this, it may be well defended. There are pressing considerations. The ground is muddy, so there is a risk to vehicles getting stuck. This is a worry with heavy tanks. However, sticking to the roads has various risks. They are obvious avenues of attack, meaning they may be mined, and well defended with crossing fire. And if they are blocked by destroyed vehicles, then my attacking force will have to manoeuvre around them, slowing movement down and effectively creating potential tank traps. I'm going to have to go off-road, but I'll need to minimise this and keep vehicles at a slow pace. My plan is going to have to evolve, depending on the US defence. 2 Panzer Platoon and 3 Pioneer Platoon are making the move northwest, across the battlefield, accompanied by 2 Stoumont from the 12th Heavy Company. Some of the route is a track, but I'll also need to traverse muddy fields. As they near the objective, 3 section dismounts to scout the northern woods. Platoon HQ dismount to try to scout southern routes into Stoumont. The woods appear to be quiet. Suddenly, reports of sound contacts in the woods on our left flank. I'm cautious about picket forces, potentially bazookas, so one section dismounts to form a defensive perimeter. Three section continue to scout the northern woods. The rest of 9th Company start to arrive. A command half-track is immediately stuck in the mud at the side of the road, and 2 Platoon HQ has to hitch a ride with 1 platoon from 2nd Panzer Company. I order 2 platoon to halt, dismount and scout the woods where 3 platoon had reported sound contacts. Two platoon, 12th Company Fallschirmjäger, have arrived together with the rest of Panzer Platoon 1. On my right flank, I start to move my heavy armour to the high ground. They get a spot and immediately open fire. As the battlefield goes quiet, one section, 3 platoon, scouts through the northern woods. 2 Panzer platoon continue to identify targets from the high ground. One platoon from the 9th Pioneer arrive in the southeastern woods, driving quickly to the west. On the right flank high ground, scouts come under fire from a small copse. Panther 4 advances. We are 25 minutes into the battle. 3 platoon have made contact on my right flank. 2 Panzer platoon are slightly further south, overwatching the town. 2 platoon from the 9th continue to scout the woods east of the assault line. The Panzer Battalion 2IC has advanced down the main road. However, the Fallschirmjäger and 1st Platoon that should be in support are caught in a traffic jam. 11th Company have started to arrive. but they are spread across the southeastern forest, potentially getting caught in the traffic. I'm minimising off-road driving. I've already had one half-track get stuck before it could get on the road, but it's causing me traffic issues with only one road west. My engagement contacts with the American defence are in blue. In the north, on my right flank, there is a stronger defence in the copse than I'd anticipated. It's further northeast of objective Rawa and preventing me from securing the high ground. I'm still comfortable with time, I have over 90 minutes, so I'm going to maintain my measured approach. Armour on my right flank starts to move to provide close support to 3 platoon of the 9th Pioneers. The rest of the platoon move up to put fire on the copse. GIs are well dug in, it looks like foxholes, with excellent fields of fire across the open clearing. On my left flank, 2IC of 2nd Panzer Company advances down the road. Exactly what I was trying to avoid, an 80 ambush. Fallschirmjäger rush forward. They are supposed to be supporting the lead army, but have fallen behind. As we try to clear the GIs around the road, 2 platoon of the 9th reach the western side of the forest. And they find nothing. They've trekked through the forest and knackered themselves out, and there's no one here. On the right flank, 3 platoon continue to push their attack on the copse. Panzer Platoon 1, having brought the Fallschirmjäger up, crossed the open fields to move up to the assault line in the centre. Whilst Platoon 1 from the 9th Pioneers move up to support the Fallschirmjäger as they clear out the bazooka ambush. The road is starting to clear as reinforcements move past the half-tracks of 2 platoon pioneers from the 9th that checked out the sound contact and found them. On the right, armour continues to overwatch the town. Trading shots with a 76mm AT gun. On the assault line, a Panther is knocked out. And on Overwatch, a Panther is hit by the 76mm AT and the crew bail. The fight for the cops continues. Two Panthers have manoeuvred to flank the cops. In the undergrowth, soldiers think it's appropriate to provide buddy aid, whilst others lay down fire. On my left, the road is declared clear, and 11th Company move up, but the burning Panther blocks the road. 2 platoon of the 11th go off country to advance in their half-tracks. Ten minutes later and the attack has broadened out. 3 platoon on the right are pushing the cops and calling mortars on the Rue objective. I'm moving 2 platoon west to support 3 as the defence on my right flank is much stronger than I anticipated. The Fallschirmjäger will advance on the elevated right side of the road, whilst 1st Platoon will move down the road on my left flank. 2 platoon of the 11th are moving to the assault line. On the high ground, we continue the fight for the cops. It looks like there's a section with some heavy support well dug in on a reverse slope, and they're proving difficult to push out. 3 platoon leapfrog across the clearing to assault the cops. They also flank from the east. Return fire ceases, and so the platoon rush forward. The cops still has a HMG which is pinning down 2 platoon of the 9th who have moved up to support the attack on the high ground. 3 platoon push their assault on the cops to flank the HMG. There is active AT in the town, with crossing fire that we are struggling to spot. The pinned platoon is taking heavy fire. But the copse is still defending, and the HMG positions is difficult to get to. On the assault line, I've already got one Panther stuck in the mud. Another gets bogged. On the road on my left flank, one platoon from the 9th Pioneers probe the entrance to Stoumont. There are defensive positions, and they spot a limbered AT gun. There are also active guns out there. I escalate the left flank probe with support from the Fallschirmjäger. And the gun is abandoned. The left flank defence is weaker than I expected, and the Pioneers' advance is going well. The Panther supporting the Fallschirmjäger comes under AT fire. I can't see anything, but I can't advance the Fallschirmjäger across the open terrain. With the copse HMG dealt with and spotting mortar rounds coming in, 2 platoon mount their half-tracks which have crept up the muddy slope. Tank 1 from 2 platoon advances towards Roa, the northern objective. No AT from the town, but the road is mine. With the copse taken, Tank 3 and Tank 2 Platoon HQ strike out on the right flank. Tank 3 is hit. 3 platoon of the Pioneers has cleared the copse, but there are defenders to the south. The 9th SS Pioneer Company are at the front of both fronts. On the left, 1 platoon are preparing to attack the entrance to the town. Support is on its way, but the Panther blocking the road has to be carefully navigated. Platoon 1 from the 9th and Platoon 1 from the 11th Panzer Grenadiers hold their attack. The Fallschirmjäger on their right flank are forced to pull back because of heavy fire. The Panther pulls back, then quickly advances again. The Sherman covering the hill has moved its attention. A shell punches through the hull, destroying the engine. The advance on my left resumes. On the right flank, Panthers and half-tracks advance under heavy fire. Lead elements of 2 platoon 9th Pioneers move up to the edge of room. The rest of the platoon follow. The fighting for the northern objective is fierce. The GIs are well dug in and determined. At Stoumont, on my left, 1 platoon starts house clearing. We are 50 minutes into the battle. On the left flank, one platoon from the 9th Pioneers is leading the push. It's a narrow front, but it seems lightly defended. 2 platoon, 12th Fallschirmjäger, were to assault from the assault line, but have been redirected to move up the right side of the road, delaying their arrival at Stoumont. 4 support platoon of the 11th have been brought up to provide further firepower into the town. On the right, 3rd platoon, 9th Pioneers, are on the northern edge of Rouen, whilst 2 platoon have moved into the eastern edge. I hope you're enjoying this battle. We're almost halfway through, so a lot more can happen. I'll get the next part out as quickly as possible. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and catch up on any other videos in this battle or any of the other campaigns. Thank you for watching, and see you all soon.